Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Prasad Michael and you're watching KiniFlash. Gutter politics has reared its ugly head once again in the form of more badly lit, out of focus and probably the most pathetic excuse of a sex video ever made. Why is anyone still sharing this video? And to make things worse, the person spreading it had the gall to set up a WhatsApp group at 3:35 AM to share the video. Why? Couldn't it have waited until everyone was up? Because was it that important? Just like the first two series of sex video clips, the latest round saw more than 80 members of the media and several politicians added to a WhatsApp chat group called Video Terkini Azmin. The video contained within was split into 6 3-minute clips and appears to be from the same video sent to reporters repeatedly over the past few months. If you haven't seen it, it's okay because it's just a longer version of the same video sent previously, so don't waste your time. Economic Affairs Minister Azmin Ali, who was implicated in the video, has maintained that the videos were part of a nefarious campaign to end his political career. He was also convinced that it was an inside job. If indeed it was an inside job, shouldn't we ask the party president himself if he knows anything about it? We have before, but since more video clips were shared today, we asked him again. This is what he said.
Today there's another round of sex videos released on the same, implicated Dato' Sri Azmin.
I'm not involved. I don't want to be involved in this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anwar also denied involvement in the release of the clips in the past, following speculation that it could be related to his feud with Azmin. When quizzed further, Anwar said the matter would be best left to the police.
Firstly, I have not seen the video. And secondly, I leave it to the authorities.
While the facts surrounding the video clips may still largely be a mystery, what is certain though is that factionalism is alive and kicking in PKR. Even some of its top leaders have recognized it. On July 18th, PKR Vice President Zuraida Kamarudin openly admitted that there was a split in PKR and said it was up to the party president to mend the rift. How does Anwar feel about this, the man who is dubbed PM in waiting?
Do you share the concern that there is a need to reconcile between, because they admitted there is two factions in the party?
Well, they consider that, but I think the party is moving in that direction. Of course, it's not 100%, and I don't see any real problems.
Yeah.
There are, of course, some people quite disgruntled, fair, but we have an educated forum.
Yeah.
I'm a Democrat. I mean, people can come and discuss.
Speaking of PM in waiting, Anwar has reiterated he is in no hurry to succeed Dr. Mahathir Mohamad.
The understanding was clearly that we should support Mahathir as PM, as Deputy Prime Minister, and I will only assume premiership at the right time. So I think that I have not placed any interest or desire to join, because I think Mahathir should be given the space to conduct affairs.
Why not?
How would you react if someone called you Bodo Sombong? Let me know in the comment section. In the meantime, I'll let you know how Seni Cut Action Team would react. The group has threatened Youth and Sports Minister Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman with a 10 million ringgit lawsuit for labelling them as Bodo Sombong. The Bersatu youth chief made the remark on social media after the group threatened to stop vernacular school pupils from attending classes to protest the teaching of Jawi Hat. The anti-Hat group secretary Arun Doresami said the group delivered a letter of demand to the Youth and Sports Ministry in Putrajaya this morning. Not sure if the 10 million ringgit lawsuit would actually change Syed Saddiq's mind. Actually, we don't have a clue what actually is on his mind because he didn't give a straight answer when met by reporters yesterday.
Tak tuntut YB tarik balik kenyataan bodoh sombong yang YB keluarkan sebelum ini berhubung dengan tulisan Jawi. Jika YB akan menarik balik kenyataan itu atau membuat tuntutan maaf. Isu ni kita dah bincangkan berkali-kali dekat kabinet. Kita ikut je lah tulisan kabinet. So memang YB takkan kita ikut.
Okay, thank you guys.
US President Donald Trump and controversy go hand in hand. So what did Trump do this time? I'll give you some clues. It involves a Sharpie, a map and a deadly hurricane.
United States President Donald Trump showed a map of Hurricane Dorian's projected path on Wednesday that appears to have been altered with a marker pen to include the state of Alabama, which was never in harm's way. A White House video released on Wednesday showed Trump pointing at an official weather chart dated the 29th of August, showing the states that could be hit with what the National Hurricane Center called the cone of uncertainty. A curved line had been added to the cone on the chart to show a risk that Dorian could move from Florida to Alabama.
You see, it was going to hit not only Florida but Georgia. It could have was going toward the Gulf. That was what was originally projected.
Dorian was never projected to be heading towards the Gulf of Mexico, where Alabama has a coastline. In a tweet posted over the weekend, Trump named Alabama as one of the states that could be hit by the storm. However, the National Weather Service denied this with their own tweet just 20 minutes after Trump's posting. When reporters later asked Trump whether the chart had been drawn on with a Sharpie pen, the president said, quote, "I don't know, I don't know."
After several months of violent protests, calm may soon return to the streets of Hong Kong, following the government's move to formally withdraw a controversial extradition bill.
Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam said on Thursday that China, quote, understands, respects and supports her government's move to formally withdraw an extradition bill, part of measures she hoped would help the city move forward from months of unrest. In a press conference, Lam was repeatedly questioned on why it took her so long to withdraw the bill that would have allowed extraditions to mainland China despite increasingly violent protests, but she skirted the questions.
The Central People's Government's position on this bill at various stages is they understand why the government, the Hong Kong SAR government, wanted to do it. They respect my decision and they support it at every stage. So whether it is in the very early process of taking forward the bill or 3 months ago in suspending the bill or yesterday in formally withdrawing the bill, that is the same position of the Central People's Government.
The withdrawal of the bill was one of 5 demands made by pro-democracy protesters, though many demonstrators and lawmakers said the move was too little, too late. The 4 other demands were the retraction of the word riot to describe rallies, the release of all demonstrators, an independent inquiry into perceived police brutality, and the right for Hong Kong people to choose their own leaders. Demonstrators are still calling for all demands to be met, with many placing emphasis on the independent inquiry. Lam said on Thursday that the Independent Police Complaints Council was credible enough to address the probe.
And here are several other news highlights from today. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching. Good night.